What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Camps and a Pro. It's been a minute. In today's video, we're going to recap the college football playoffs first round, as well as our picks and predictions for the upcoming playoffs this weekend, starting with games today when this video is being filmed, and then tomorrow on New Year's Day. So let's jump right into it. Start off with a recap
Yeah,
from
last
last week.
week. No, that was like wait, or was it 2 weeks ago?
I think it's about what, 2 weeks ago when this is,
Week and a
yeah,
half.
around week and a half, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, there was some good games and there was some as expected games, like we
Yeah, for
said.
sure.
But first, let's talk about Alabama, Oklahoma. Wasn't Oklahoma up like 17-0?
It was either 17 or 20-0. They're up. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it
And
was
then
17-0, and they came like John Mateer threw that pick six, and the whole game just shifted. It was crazy. It was.
there's a lot of interesting points in this game. I know he threw that pick six. Just receiver just misread the route. Some confusion on their ends, and then wide open pick six. And then I'm sure you all saw the video of the punt. Um,
Oh yeah, yeah. He would like punt it, and he like
he just
dropped the
he just
ball.
stopped. He just dropped the ball. A little fishy. I don't know
A
what was
little
going on there.
fishy.
I've never seen that in my life. And yeah, that allowed Alabama to
Hmm.
get two free touchdowns essentially, and they're right back in the game just like that. The Oklahoma really shot themselves in the foot in this game. This is a game they should have won. They're at home. They controlled a lot of this game. And then Alabama, and they came back and won this game. Really fun game. Great way to start off the playoffs. It was a fun, exciting game. Unlike some of our other games, but we did have another fun game.
But one
Speaking
thing
of
I
fun
do want to
games.
say about this game,
Hmm.
the fact that Oklahoma was the 8th seed this year kind of blows my mind because they had that gauntlet throughout the middle of the year, and I did not think they would have.
Yeah,
They didn't really get.
I didn't expect Oklahoma to make the playoffs, honestly, after all they went through that season. I know they had a lot,
Yeah, but
especially
now
after that.
it's
Go ahead.
and now we got Bama, Indiana, and the Rose Bowl. I'm pretty sure, which is tomorrow. I think it's
Yeah.
the 3 o'clock time slot. Might be 7. I'm not sure. I think it's 7.
No,
But yeah,
especially
let's get.
go ahead. I would say after
Mhm.
that Texas loss, I didn't think Oklahoma would make the playoffs. They got freaking killed, bro. That
Mm-mm.
was bad.
Yeah. All right, let's get into our next game. This was a low score game, and the real Marcel Reed came out to play. We had
Yeah.
Miami winning 10-3. It was an upset in College Station. We had the A&M offensive line talking about Ruben Bain before the game about scouting the film, and then Ruben came to play. Came to play, man.
Yeah, this
Balled
is a
out.
fun game. This is a game I struggled picking originally. I said Miami, I was going with my gut, and I ended up taking
Hmm.
A&M. I do regret that, dude. Miami's defense just, I mean, both teams had played great on
Yeah, it was
defense.
it was a 10-3 game. Like both
Yeah,
defenses were crazy.
it was just that front, the front from Miami that dominated in the trenches in this game.
Hmm.
That was the difference in this game, especially their O line. I mean, there's trenches on both sides. Their O line, their D line, like that. They had a solid run game. Their D line held up, and then Marcel Reed just made some crucial errors in big moments. Ultimately, that's what led to A&M losing their most two important games of the season, losing the Texas and this game. So not
Yeah,
surprised by it.
I mean
A&M's been A&M.
they started what 11-0, and that they finished like 11-2.
Yep, lost their two most important games. Because if you really look at their schedule, they didn't play anybody all year.
It's a rough way to go out for the Aggies for sure, but it's college football. It happens. Not
Yeah,
everyone
that's
can
how it
win.
is.
Well, all right. Now we have Ole Miss beating Tulane 41-10. Kind of expected, honestly. A G5 team played a team of Ole Miss caliber. And Ole Miss they came to play, especially with no Lane Kiffin, even with Pete going. They came to play and they showed why they were belonging in the playoffs. Really.
Yeah, Ole Miss dominated. I mean, it's kind of what it was expected. Started off the game, Tulane had a good drive. Uh,
Hmm.
Joe, was it how do you say it? Radcliffe? I don't know, something Radcliffe throws a pick, kills Tulane's momentum. It was a fun
Yep.
game. I mean, Tulane put up like I think over 500 yards of offense, so it was a fun game. Exciting to watch, but ultimately, I mean, this
Hmm.
is what you expected between a 6 and 11 seed. What are they in the American? So like, I mean, they
Yeah,
played earlier this
American.
year, and they're the same outcome. Kind of disappointing, but just like our next game between what JMU and
Mm-hmm.
Oregon dominated. I know JM,
51 points, man. That's
hey, JMU kept it respective though. They put up what,
they
34?
they, they did they did
Yeah,
they'd have to put up some points later in the game, but they still they made it look a lot better. But Oregon ultimately was just too much to handle for them.
yeah, their defense just can't stop the Oregon offense. Oregon was just scoring at will. I think how much did they have in the first half? Was it like it was over 30? It was something
It
crazy. Like
was they just exploded, man.
it just wasn't a fun watch. I mean, JMU tried, but it's what you expect out of that kind of game. But I'm really intrigued by the upcoming matchup with Oregon and Tech. That's gonna be a fun game for sure.
Yeah. All right. You want to get into our first game?
Go for it.
It's today. I think it's in AT&T Stadium in Arlington. We have Ohio State and Miami. What do you
Cotton Bowl.
how do you feel about this game? What are you thinking?
I don't know. I mean, what I think last time I checked, Ohio State was favored by 9.5. Kind of expected, but I wouldn't sleep on this Miami team. This Miami team, they're not gonna bow down. Obviously, we just saw what happened. They just went on the road, won at Texas
Hmm.
A&M. That's a very hard win, very impressive. So like, don't count this Miami team out. Ohio State's had a relatively weak schedule. I mean, they played Indiana recently. They lost that game, so I wouldn't count Miami out in this game at all. I really think it's to come down to the quarterback play between Sayan and Carson Beck, who gets the better. If we get the Carson Beck from last week, where he's making good decisions, limiting the bad plays. The Miami can very well win this game. It's more so Ohio State and their defense. They have a great defense. Miami has a great defense as well. So it's really just gonna be who gets their offensive going. Miami obviously has a strong running game. Ohio State favors the pass game. So we'll just see who gets their offense established and balanced first, and whoever does that's gonna win this game.
Yeah, obviously both of these teams have some of the best defenses in the country. Ohio State probably has a little bit more star power and big names just because of the players they have, but Miami's right up there with them. And but I mean, the thing about Ohio State is they're just coming off a loss, 13-10 loss against the number one team in the nation, and they definitely want to find their way back to them. I would imagine and beat them. That'd be pretty. That'd be great for them, and they would want that get back. But if Miami's offense can keep up with Ohio State, we could have a really good ball game. You just never know which Carson Beck you're really going to get in these big games because he's quite the interesting fellow, you could say. But yeah, for that reason alone, I'm going with the Buckeyes in this game. I think Saints going to step up, and their receivers, man, they're so good from Cardell Tate, Jeremiah Smith, and their running game. They don't have like the stud running back, but they have very good running backs, even if
Yeah,
they are like when they're like what freshmen and sophomores. So
yeah,
like
they're a young team.
yeah, but I'm taking Ohio State in this one.
I am too. I'm gonna take Ohio State. I like them in this game, like you said. I think they're gonna want to prove a point after losing to Indiana, which is a game
Hmm.
they very well could have won. So I think they're come out with the chip on their shoulder. They haven't played in a while, so they might come out a little rusty. Don't be shocked if Miami punches them in the mouth first.
Hmm.
But I would take Ohio State in this game. But it's gonna be a fun game. I think
For sure.
Miami's gonna hang around in this.
Yeah, that for sure should. This week should be all good games, no blowouts. Should be,
Let's hope.
but all right.
Let's
Now
jinx it.
let's get into the Orange Bowl. This is a big game. Tech Oregon.
This is the hardest game to pick. I think this
It
might be the hardest game to
is
pick all season. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. This game could
this
go
this
either way.
should be the best game. Should be the best
Oh
game.
yeah, I agree. It's gonna be a freaking fun game. I can't
Not
wait.
to mention this is Tech's first time in the playoffs. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, 100%. I think this is their first time winning the Big 12, and maybe no, they made a New Year's Six bowl before, but yeah, first time in the playoffs, 100%.
Yeah. Oh, this game's at noon. Ooh, I don't. It's such a tough game for me. It's really on the quarterbacks, really, because we both know what both teams bring. Yeah, but if Dante Moore, if he can make plays, it's gonna be hard for Tech to win. But if Morton's making plays, it's gonna be hard for Tech to lose. But Brandon Morton, he's been injured all year, up and down, so he's been a little inconsistent. But what I've heard recently, he's been practicing full effort, full participation the past month, and they've been keeping him going. But I don't know, man. They're both so good. The Cameron Dickies have an incredible year for over 1,300 yards and 16 touchdowns of the year, and their defense is insane.
Yeah. No. Kind of going off what you said. Obviously Oregon has a high pace,
Mm-hmm.
explosive offense as we've all seen. Then Tech, I mean, they have a great defense. I don't think it's talked about enough, man. They have an amazing
Mm-hmm.
defense, and I really think they're going to come in this game and slow down Oregon's offense. They're going to be ready. They're going to be pumped. Jacob Rodriguez should have been, well, I think he finished fifth in Heisman voting.
Yeah,
He's a
Tiff.
great linebacker, and I forget his name, but they have another. He's paired up with
David
Rodriguez.
Bailey.
Yeah, their other line. No, not do it. Bailey's on the edge. They have another
Yeah.
linebacker. He had like two picks and a fumble recovery in the
Oh
Big 12
yeah, I know.
championship.
I know you're talking
Um,
about.
so like this defense is stacked, and they're gonna come out. They're gonna be hungry. They're gonna want to win this game. So I like Tech in this game, but Oregon has a great offense. You know, you got Dante Moore. They have weapons on the perimeter. So like it's just gonna be a really fun game going back and forth. And I think if Oregon gets their offense established and they're scoring, they're driving at will, Oregon could very well win this game. So really just a matter of who establishes their offense. So if Oregon establishes their offense first, they're going to win this game. But if Tech stays put on defense like they did versus BYU, Tech's going to win this game.
Yeah, but for those reasons alone, pretty much, It's gonna be a very close game. It's the only top five matchup, I'm pretty sure, and I'm going with taking this one to win their first game in their first appearance. I think Moore's gonna come out and play well. They're gonna be playing good. They Bailey off the edge. Their defense is incredible, and I think they're gonna stop Noah Whittington from really getting going. If he can't get going, then Dante Moore, he's forced to make more decisions, and every once in a while he's gonna make a mistake because he has up this year. He's also had his downs early in the year, and I guess we'll see what happens, but I'm going to Tech in this one.
Likewise, I'm going to take Tech in this game. This game has classic written all over it. It's Rose Bowl, Texas Tech, Oregon. Great fan bases. Tech's gonna travel well, Oregon's gonna travel well. It's gonna be a really fun game. I
Hmm.
can't wait for this game, but I'm gonna take Tech in this game. It's gonna be a really close game. Would have shocked if they won like off a walk-off field goal or something to that extent. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun game.
100%. All right, now we got the Rose Bowl. Number one versus
Oh my
number
bad, this is
nine.
the Rose Bowl.
Indiana versus Bama. How are you feeling about this?
Um, dude, it's Bama. It's hard to pick against them, but dude, this Indiana team's just crazy. They're so good. They've dominated almost every game they've won. They just beat Ohio State for the Big Ten championship. This
Yeah.
team, they're right on as high as you can be right now. But don't sleep on Alabama, SEC team. They've been here. Caleb DeVore, their coach, that's his name, right? Caleb DeVore. He's coached in the national championship with Washington. So like he's been on this stage. He knows what to expect. This is the second round of the playoffs. He's gonna have his team ready. They're gonna come out fired up. So Alabama's gonna be fun. They're gonna put up a fight, but I ultimately think Indiana's just gonna be too much for them to handle. Indiana's a very poised, slow-paced team. They know what they're doing. They have a great coach, fantastic quarterback, won the Heisman. So
Fantastic receivers, too.
yeah, this team is loaded. So I really think Alabama's gonna try to put up a fight, but dude, I think Indiana's gonna win this game like 34 to 20.
Yeah, for me, this game, for Alabama, if Alabama doesn't have a get started early, because they've been known for some slow starts this year, but if Alabama, if they're not coming out of the gate ready to play, then it's can be over by halftime. But if Alabama can come ready to play and not go down, 17 points? If they go down 17, it's
Yeah,
over in this game. But if they can come out, establish the run game, then they can really keep this game close. But I think Indiana's gonna have too much star power with Elijah Surratt and Omar Cooper Jr. and Mendoza. Their team is just so good all around, and their defense behind Kurt Cignati's defense it's been insane this year. And they have a 71% chance to win this game for a reason. They're the number one team in the nation. Haven't lost the game, but for that reason alone, I'm taking Indiana in this one.
yeah, kind of like you said, about the pace. I mean, Indiana hasn't played a football game in a while, and they've been off since the Big Ten championship, which they deserve. Alabama's had slow starts all year, man. That's what's killed them. Look at Florida
Hmm.
State. Look at Oklahoma last week, a couple weeks ago. So I think if Alabama come out and have a fast start, they played last a couple, I don't know, week and a half ago they played. So like they're fresh. They're not gonna be as slow and rusty as Indiana. So if Alabama comes
Hmm.
out with some tempo and they can score the ball, maybe punch Indiana in the mouth a couple times, go up 10-0 or something, Alabama could be in this game. So
For
I don't know.
sure.
These games are all hard to pick, but yeah, Indiana should win
One
this
thing
game.
about Alabama is where has Ryan Williams been? He has
Dude, I
not
think
even
it's
these
like
past few
maybe
weeks.
600 yards receiving.
He's pretty much not invisible out there, and he's dropping every chance he gets. He's dropping
Yeah.
balls. I don't know, man. He's just a ball.
Maybe
He
maybe
he
there's a
he, he
curse for
turned 18. He turned 18.
I'll say maybe there's a curse for the cover now on the EA game.
But just Jeremiah Smith, so you can't really say that. So
Yeah, I know, but maybe like half.
yeah, half. All right, let's get into the next one. Sugar Bowl. This is a rematch from a great game earlier this year between Georgia and Ole Miss, which is a really close game. But the only difference this time is
There's no Lane Kiffin.
where's Lane Kiffin? Where's Lane Kiffin? This game being in Louisiana, I'm pretty sure that's what it
Yeah,
says.
that's pretty neutral for both
Ooh,
teams.
pretty
Should be
neutral
fun.
vote team. And especially this is Ole Miss's only loss is to Georgia, which is it's gonna
Put that
spike
out
some
there.
fire in them. Just, I don't know, man. This is gonna be such a close game. But in our preseason polls, I had Georgia as my number one team. So I'm riding with the dogs in this one. I'm taking Georgia in this one. If Gunnar Stockton can manage the game good like he usually does, he's done pretty good but not turning the ball over this year. He can get like Nate Frazier going, and I trust Kirby Smart more than like anyone in college football as a head coach right now because Kirby Smart. I mean, since Nick Saban's gone, I think he's probably the best coach in college football. I'd say, but it's up for debate. But what do you think about this one?
That's a fair point. I want to be a little different than you. I'm gonna
All
say Ole Miss in this game. Ole Miss played last week. Sure, they played Tulane, but they played. They're not rusty. Georgia hasn't played to the SEC championship. Yeah, they low-key dominated Alabama, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
But Ole Miss is gonna come in this game, chip on their shoulder in Louisiana. Who happens to coach in Louisiana now? Lane Kiffin. They're gonna be pissed off. They're gonna want to win this game. They're gonna come off fired out. Georgia, sure, they have Kirby Smart. Like you said, he is the best coach in college football. But they're gonna be ready. Ole Miss is gonna be ready. Georgia's gonna be ready. It's gonna be a really fun and close game. But I like
Mm-hmm.
Trinidad. I think Trinidad's gonna carry his team. He's gonna
Is,
take them
is
down.
is he gonna get another year of
He,
eligibility? We'll
I
see.
don't know. We'll see. But I think he has enough confidence, enough poise to lead this team to a win. It's gonna be a fun game. So I'm gonna take Ole Miss.
All right. But one question for you:
What's up?
Who's the Ole Miss head coach?
I don't know. Their DC. I don't know his name.
I mentioned him earlier in this
You did
episode.
say his name. Is it like Pete
Pete.
Golding?
Yep, Pete
Yeah,
Golden.
yeah, I'm locked in.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you're so locked in. Well, all right. That should be it for this episode, and we will catch y'all next week with the input of these games. We'll go to our next picks and catch us on Campus and Pro. We hope to get more content out to y'all soon. Might be kind of difficult because,
I I'm gonna be studying abroad for a little bit, so I'm gonna be in Thailand. So we're gonna have Preston and I are gonna have like about a 13-hour time difference, but we're trying to get a video out for y'all. So we'll correlate sometimes. We want to get out.
hmm
I've been saying it for a while, but we need to get out more content that's not college football. Just been a little busy right now. Been going a lot. We went to Spurs game, he went to Thunder game, so a lot of traveling, holidays and all
hmm
that. But soon we'll get NBA out. Hopefully NFL playoffs. Maybe shout out
yeah,
Chris
we're
if
for
Chris is
sure
here.
we're doing NFL playoff picks just because,
Yeah.
and we there's a chance we have a guest speaker on one of those videos.
Yeah, we'll get them in here. We'll see.
Yeah.
But we'll get NBA content out for sure. But yeah, we'll try to correlate with y'all with our travel differences. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up today's video. Hopefully our picks are spot on like usual. Um,
Oh yeah,
but yeah,
one thing I do gotta say is we didn't get to say, but we wish you all a Merry Christmas. We had to
Merry
say in the
Christmas.
video,
Yeah,
made a post, and have a Happy New Year because
Happy New Year. Enjoy it with your
that's
families.
today's the last day of the year, man.
This
Enjoy
is
it with your
it.
family, enjoy it with your loved ones, and be safe.
Absolutely. Y'all take care. Make sure you like and subscribe. Follow us on Campus of Pro, X, TikTok, Instagram, all of it. Peace, guys.